This week, we are focusing on common misspelled words and using better vocabulary to help students develop their writing skills. The goal is to expand children's vocabulary in writing so they can produce a better text. Word number 1 is sentences. A sentence is a set of words that is complete in itself. A sentence is a clause that contains a subject, verb, and object followed by a punctuation mark, such as a full stop, question mark, or exclamation mark. An example of a sentence would be, "We went to school and played soccer with the awesome teacher." Be careful with the spelling of this word. Many students spell this word incorrectly as S-E-N-T-E-N-S-E-S. Remember, there is the letter C in the word sentence. Word number 2 is sophomore. A second-year university or high school student is called a sophomore. For example, I was a sophomore in high school. Word number 3 is dilapidated. The word dilapidated means old and run down. For example, the house is in a dilapidated condition and renovation is needed. Don't forget there are 2 I in the word dilapidated. Word number 4 is tepid. The word tepid means lukewarm. For example, tepid water helps reduce fevers and relax the body. Word number 5 is personality. Every person has a personality. This means every person has characteristics of qualities that makes them special. For example, Homer Simpson has a funny personality. What kind of personality do you have? Can you see the word person in the word personality? Word number 6 is moderate. Another word for moderate is average. For example, we walked at a moderate pace at the walkathon. Can you see the word mode and rate in the word moderate? Word number 7 is magenta. Magenta is a color that is reddish purple. For example, the girl wore a fancy magenta dress at the party. Word number 8 is flawed. Another word for flawed is faulty, weak, or imperfect. For example, your plan to cheat in the law exam is flawed. Can you see the word law in the word flawed? Word number 9 is experiment. An experiment is a scientific procedure undertaken in a laboratory in order to make a discovery. For example, scientists do experiments in labs to discover a cure for cancer. Don't forget the letter I in the word experiment. Word number 10 is self-discipline. Another word for self-discipline is self-control. For example, you need self-discipline to complete your homework without your parents complaining and forcing you. Don't forget there is a hyphen in between the words. Also, be careful with the spelling of the word discipline. Separate this word into 3 parts to help you remember the spelling. Line to make the word discipline. Word number 11 is circumference. Circumference is the perimeter of a round shape, often a circle. Doctors often measure the circumference of baby's head and body to make sure that they are growing normally. Circ in the word circumference is related to the shape circle. Word number 12 is emerge. The word emerge means coming out. For example, the submarine emerged from the water. Word number 13 is jostle. Jostle means to push or bump against someone roughly. For example, the girl was jostled by others rushing for the gates. Don't forget the letter T as it is a silent sound. Word number 14 is unruly. Another word for unruly is disobedient or disruptive. For example, there was a group of unruly children in the class who never listened to the teacher. Word number 15 is acknowledge. When you acknowledge something, you are made aware of its existence. For example, the teacher has acknowledged the effort the students had put in for the talent quest. Break the word up to help you remember the spelling. Knowledge, to make the word knowledge. The letter K is a silent sound. Word number 16 is definitely. Another word for definitely is certainly or absolutely. For example, 1st of January is definitely the beginning of the calendar year and it is New Year's Day. Be careful with the spelling of this word as many people spell definitely as D-E-F-I-N-A-T-E-L-Y. Remember, there is no letter A in the word definitely. There are 2 I instead. Word number 17 is azure. Azure is bright blue in color, like a cloudless sky. For example, thin streaks of cloud trailed across an azure sky. You can also say white beaches were surrounded by azure seas. Word number 18 is authorities. Authorities are referred to people or organizations that have political power and control. For example, health authorities have issued a worldwide alert about a flu virus. Can you see the word author in the word authorities? Word number 19 is proceeding. To proceed means to begin. For example, I can no longer proceed with the test because I feel sick. Word number 20 is suspiciously. When you're suspicious of something or someone, you act with caution. For example, the man was arrested after behaving suspiciously in a shopping center. Word number 21 is accurately. Another word for accurately is exactly. For example, I accurately counted every gumballs in the jar. Word number 22 is effectively. When you work effectively on your homework, it means that you're doing it properly and no time is wasted. For example, I effectively studied for my exam in less than 2 hours. Word number 23 is indicate. To indicate means to point out or show. For example, I saw many people blowing their nose and coughing with a high temperature. This indicates that many people are sick with a flu virus. Word number 24 is exclamation. An exclamation is a cry or a shout. For example, the bully stepped on my feet about 3 times, and I successfully managed to hold in my exclamations of pain. In punctuation, we also have an exclamation mark to express a character's feeling. For example, ouch. Word number 25 is prejudice. The word prejudice is a strong dislike, hostility, or unjust behavior. For example, Australia is a multicultural country, and therefore religious or racial prejudice is less likely to happen than any other countries. Break the word up into 3 parts to help you remember the spelling. Dice. Word number 26 is promotion. Billboards, pamphlets, and commercials are used to promote the company or a product. Therefore, a promotion of the company's product is to advertise it to the public. Also, if your parents got a promotion for work, it means that they have received a senior role with a pay increase. For example, my mum is no longer a teacher. She got a promotion as the school principal. Word number 27 is miserable. When you're feeling miserable, you're feeling sad and uncomfortable. For example, the rainy season has made me feel miserable to do anything. Word number 28 is occupation. Another word for occupation is job or profession. What is your mum or dad's occupation? This means, what does your mum or dad do for work? Word number 29 is thesaurus. A thesaurus is another form of dictionary. It's a book that lists words in groups of synonyms or with similar meanings. Stephanie encourages all her students to use a thesaurus when writing. Word number 30 is croissant. A croissant is a type of bread, often eaten for breakfast. Be careful with the spelling of this word. Break the word up into 3 parts to help you remember with the spelling. Crow is saint. It makes the word croissant. This brings to the end of our spelling list 26. Keep practicing and good luck in your spelling test.